was a house built out of stone, wooden floors, walls and window sills, tables and chairs warmed by all of the dust. This is a place where I don't feel alone. This is a place where I feel at home.
Well, I think it's very important to do this trip again and to see what happened and the hardships that they had will bring to mind of particularly young people today that, you know, you really have to get out there and walk out on faith in many ways and just do something and see how it goes.
The outback has an effect on you. I can't explain it to you unless you've done it. It's the vastness of it.
This is the first day of our trip, and it's exactly the 90th anniversary of the original trip, so it's a very special day for me.
Sure, we've got our little differences of opinions on various things, but in general we all get along very well together, and we're hopeful of being in the same situation at the end of the tour. The biggest hurdle, I guess, probably being away from my wife for 5 weeks. The area we're crossing, we don't know what we're going to be expecting.
It's about understanding why they did it, what made them keep going in the face of such harsh extremes, and how the hell they survived out here.
We're on our way! Yes! Let's go! Good on you, buddy! Well. High five for George, good on you, buddy!
The most important thing at the moment is the shocks we had with the road trains yesterday. I really didn't expect the effect that was going to have on the car. Shaking, having to hold onto the roof every time one went past, and we must have seen a dozen or more. Okay, well, we've just happened to come down the road, and we're the first car on the scene of this caravan and car that's rolled over. This is my worst nightmare for us. All the big road trains out here. Our little Model T Ford and those road trains, if that's any reminder that these guys are my paramount safety, then I need nothing more than all the best, I'll tell you.
One other aspect that does create a little bit of a problem is we have one real city slicker on our midst, and that's Gavin. Gavin hasn't slept outside of a motel room until this trip.
Living the dream, buddy. Living the dream.
I think from now on in, it's dirt, dirt and more dirt.
We were so thick in that bull dust you couldn't see even forward. It was coming up through the cabin, through the pedal slots, and it was filthy, absolutely filthy work.
We got a bloody fuel problem that you're creating with this 47.5 gallons. It isn't going to get us there.
Yeah, look, Don is really obsessed with the story. He has studied it, he knows exactly where they stopped, even down to the stage where he's only wanting to carry the bare minimum of fuel that they did 90 years ago. And I don't know, if we run out of fuel, we're going to be doing a fair bit of pushing, I tell you.
Once we hit the sand, the fuel's just going to
to double.
We're doing this to follow in their footsteps. If we're not going to carry the same fuel across there, then what's the point in even taking the Model T? I wouldn't do this if I didn't think we could make it through. I see the bush as something that you don't just disrespect, but it's making me reassess a lot of things about myself. I'm developing a deeper friendship with my mates. Everybody in this team they've got heart, and I'm developing a better idea of what's necessary in this life.
No one's been on that track for years and years and years, and no one's graded or anything like that. They've got no hope in hell, I don't reckon.
Probably not scared, but more frightened, I guess, as to what's ahead of us.
About 40k from where we are now to Calvert River.
We've grassed ourselves a track and we'll just see how we go. The car, I'm pushing it to the limits all the time. I'm running everything against the wall, and I'm right out on the edge of the envelope in all four directions. In some ways, yeah, the bush is talking to us. It's saying, be careful about being too cocky about what you can and can't do.
Get into it, get into it. Good. Come on, come on.
Molly's down to her wheel spokes, and just digging himself in. At least we're experiencing life the way they experienced it, aren't we? I know though in history that they had horses, 2 horses that they borrowed from Higgins that pulled them through this area. There's no possible way you can get through here with that sort of a vehicle without some help.
Buddy, living the dream.
Well, this is a stumbling block I didn't expect.
Might be as far as we go then.
The thought of turning back, unfortunately, has raised its head. Possible option, sadly.
Still looks as daunting as it did last night. I just hope we get over this last hurdle. This may be our end.
We've come that darn far. I think it's worth one go. I'm asking an awful lot of my friends to support me in this, and what better friends could you have than ones who stick by you when the going gets tough?
I don't know what they'll do, but they'll all be very different people when they're finished. I know that.
These wheels will not die. These wheels will not die. These wheels will not. These wheels will not. These wheels will not die. These wheels will not die. These wheels